Welcome back, everybody. And it is Partnerships on Purpose today. We have a really cool thing that keeps coming up in our world. And we just want to open up the topic, chat about it. And then if you have any thoughts or suggestions or experiences with this, of course, you can put it in the chat. We would love to open up the conversation and keep things going. Anne Marie, I was just telling you about this, but I want to give some context for our listeners. Often I get asked, why am I in partnerships in the first place? Why does it work for you? Why should we be doing this in out there in the world? Because it does take time, right? Like partnerships are relationship-based marketing. You can't just have a relationship with somebody on a one night stand. So we want to go and we want to support people consistently. We want to have good relationships with them. And the thing that I keep coming up with, and this term, I don't know if I heard it somewhere. I don't know if it just came to me one day while I was driving around. But it was about the referral ripple, the ripple effect of having a referral partner. And obviously, we love, love, love people who are giving us introductions. We love them that they are saying, hey, you should meet somebody. Referrals are gold. We have said this, I don't know how long have we said this, Anne Marie? This has been like 10 plus years. Like, send me an introduction. It is better than anything else that somebody could give me. It's like gift of Christmas. And we get it every single day. So the idea is this ripple effect of referral networks. And this is the way that I see it in my mind. I'm a very visual person. So I think about this little pinpoint in the middle of a lake, right? I go like this and I tell somebody about what I'm doing and what my business is, who I love to work with, and that person goes out and ripples into all the different people that they might know. I don't necessarily have access to all the people that that person knows, but I know that when I say something to them, they can go out into the world and say, oh, you should know so and so, right? You should know Sally. Sally has this thing. She would be great for you. Can I make an introduction? Of course, yes. And the beautiful thing with that is that when those ripples go out, they come back with only your right referrals. So that means the person has your best interest in mind, which means they are pre-vetting the people that they're sending to you. I would say this is probably, I'm going to make a bold statement. This is probably the number one reason why we use referrals as our primary way to get new clients, new members into our community, new partners into our database is because we are getting pre-vetted referrals back from the ripple effect of partnership conversations. So that was kind of a lot of laying out there. But Anne Marie, I'm just like, we were talking about it, and I just want to be like, okay, this is an idea. Is this completely crazy? Is it something? So, what are your thoughts about all of this?
It's not crazy.
Well,
It's
thank
it's
you. I
really
appreciate
it's
that.
really important. I spent the morning at a networking event, and obviously, referrals are key, right? It's interesting, and I had a couple of connection calls this week, and what I tell people is like when you're on a call with somebody, and you're connecting and you're learning more about what they do, who they serve, all that beautiful stuff, where they're from, if they have a dog or no dog, because I always ask that question. Um, but then you're absolutely right. Then my brain just goes into how can I best help this person? How can I serve this person? Most of the time, it
Hmm.
leads to what are the connections and referrals that I can make. And I think in that conversation, in that 30-minute conversation I'm having with somebody, for me, it's like it's really important for me to identify what referrals I can make. And I'll give you an example. I was on a call with a wonderful person this week. And as we were talking and as she was explaining her business to me, and she does a variety of different things. And I said, tell me everything about yourself. I, in that call, I was able to make 4 referral connections for her. So at the end of the call, and she just kept talking, and I was like, oh my God, this would be a perfect fit for this person. Oh my God, this would be a perfect referral for this person. So when you, and obviously we talked about this in our other episode, but I had a connection with this person. I felt this person was really real and authentic and, somebody that I know, like, and trust, right? So you happily make those referrals when you're talking to these people. Now, in her world, so then, I'm like, okay, I'm going to introduce you this way. And then she's automatically, then I share what I do. And then she's like, oh my God, you would be such a good fit for this person and this person. And then that's how the partnership starts. That's how the relationship and the connection starts. So it has that ripple effect, because then what will happen is I have introduced her to somebody in my networking community. And my hope is then that will go a step further, right? Because they will connect and they will love each other just because I love them both. But that
Hmm.
ripple effect is there. So I do think it's extremely important. And as much as possible, even if you can't do it in the moment, I think it's important to think about, listen to what the person is saying. And sometimes it's not clear right away, but then think about it and say, hey, you know what? Sometimes it's just, I want to connect you with this person just because they're amazing and I want you to meet them. And I don't know what the
Yeah.
connection will be, but I just think there's some synergies in terms of personalities and things like that. So I think it's
Yeah.
really, really important. And I think without referrals, um, it's really hard to build your network,
Yeah, I
right?
don't know how people go out
Yeah,
there and try to talk
yeah.
individually to one client, one client, one client. I mean, it's the reason that we're
Yeah.
in referrals in general. While you were talking, something came to me like you have this beautiful thing where you did like three little pings in your lake, right? And you were sending out all these different referrals back to
Mhm.
this wonderful human. We also have the ability and I think the responsibility to not refer people who don't feel like they're well aligned.
Mhm.
Like we've talked about this so many times, and it's the reason that we get on so many connection calls. It's the reason that we do, um, I won't say require, but we highly encourage, as in, if you can't get on a call with Anne Marie or I for 30 minutes, you aren't getting a referral out. Like we
Yeah.
have that power, and we also have that responsibility because we have the ability to affect other people's businesses through those referrals. And if somebody feels misaligned, we talk about this inside of our membership all the time, right? Like you have that gut feeling. It's your responsibility to listen to that. If you have a gut feeling, like verify it with data, intuition verified
Mhm.
by data. But at the end of the day, like you can also say, I just don't know of anybody in my world. And I don't usually say I don't know anyone. What comes out, and this is kind of terminology for people who are, you get that gut feeling, you're like, I'm not sure if this is going to work out. You don't have to say, no, you're crazy town. I'm not introducing you to anybody. What you can say is, you know what? I'm so glad that we're connected. Let's keep the conversation going. Let's just stay connected. You kind of just allow it to just dissipate, right? It's that ripple that doesn't have any motion in it, and it just kind of
Mhm.
fades away. But those are just as powerful as making the five or six different introductions to one person because you're sending a lot of power and energy and importance to that business. And obviously, we believe in it wholeheartedly because we train people on this and we have a podcast about how important it is. And so the ripple effect is one thing, but then there's also these vetted referrals that come back. I know I have an example of this, but I'd love like because you have different types of conversations and I mean, obviously we're in the same business, but you just see things a little bit differently, which is why we make beautiful partners. But um, so I had this example of I have this wonderful coach that I've been involved with for many, many years. She's absolutely beautiful person. I've hired her. She's been my coach. And I also send her a lot of referrals. The thing that she does for me, because she knows who I am and because we've developed a long-term relationship, is she will only send me people that I am 99% sure will either be an amazing partner or become a client. So, because of this relationship, I'm getting pre-vetted, absolutely not no like trust. It's like these people are like, I don't know, this person already said you're amazing, so we're going to work together. It's like
Mhm.
the sales part of it just dissipates. Or it's like, hey, they loved being a partner with you, and we want to make sure that we support you as well because obviously you're doing good work. Like, I can't if and we do this for our clients all the time. It's like if you have 20 people that are doing that all the time to your business, like it can completely transform. And it is that pre-vetted introduction that's coming back to you. And It's the reason we've grown our business. And I don't know
Mm-hmm.
how people do it. Like cold, I just think about like the contrary is like cold DMs and stuff like that. I'm like, I haven't heard anybody who's like, cold DMs work great.
Yeah.
And maybe we haven't got the right partners, or maybe we're just not, the ripple effect is not coming back to us. But like most of our people are like, yeah, if I have a connection with somebody, I'll have a call. If it's a cold DM, like answers no. So anyway, I just wanted to open up that thought too. No pressure.
No pressure. No, obviously no pressure. So many things come to mind as you were talking about that. And another podcast topic came to mind because I think it's really important who you're getting the referrals from, right?
Okay. Yeah.
And I think that's important because if I if I support what you do, and you said it's not no like trust, but at the end of the day, that has some of it to do. Like if I know, like, trust you, well, then any referral that's going to come from you, I'm going to be like, yeah, if Marie's doing it, I'm in. And I think that is a big part of the referrals, right? Like if I'm getting a referral from somebody that is doing amazing work and has built an amazing business and is doing like awesome things, I'd be like, yeah, I want to know more. I want to get on a connection call with this person and learn more about what they're doing because not only have they vetted them, right? But I believe and trust and know and all the other stuff that this person is doing the right thing and in my best interest. And I think that's the example you were giving where you're working with this coach. She's sending people your way because she knows it's in your best interest. And whether that results in a client or whatever it may be, I think that's a big part of it, right? So you can get referrals from a lot of people, but I think the referrals that come from people that you trust are much more valuable than any referral. We get referrals every day on LinkedIn.
Yeah. All the time.
Sometimes from random, hey, I want to introduce you to this person. I'm like, I don't even know you, right? So why would I take it a step further? So I do think that that's an important point. Um, the other thing we talked about before getting on this podcast was, a lot of us are part of communities, are part of groups, and we choose where we want to be and what groups we want to be part of. And I just want to take an opportunity to talk about our JV Powerhouse group, right? Which is a
Hmm.
group of amazing people that we have been connected to for a couple of years now. And that for me is probably the most valuable referral network that we have.
Hmm.
And we get on monthly calls. We kind of created this little industry of our own where we get on calls and we're like, hey, this is what we're doing. These are our clients. This is what's happening in our businesses. But by the nature of doing that, then we're like, oh my God, I need to connect you with this person. And Marie, I need to
Hmm.
connect you with, and then it's that ripple effect because you're having those conversations with people and you've chosen these people, right? So we bring these
Yeah.
amazing people into this group. So that is, also another way. So when you put yourself in a group or a networking event or things like that, and you create these spaces where you're like, oh my God, these are amazing people, like all the people that I met this morning, I'm like, yeah, I want to refer, I want them to refer me, so I think, yeah, that's just another point that I wanted to share, is it's another opportunity and way of getting referrals that are kind of vetted, right? Because you know
Yeah.
that they have your best interest.
Well, in our JV Powerhouse people, they're just like throwing big rocks into the lake, right?
Yeah.
Like they make big waves.
Yeah.
We develop that, right?
Mhm.
We pour into that community and we do the same. We're a big rock
Mhm.
for them.
Mhm.
We have partnerships with them. Some of them are our best partners in our business, even and I think the point is like they have a very similar business to us, but we don't serve necessarily the same audience. We don't do the same supports. And it's in our best interest to have a referral partner that feels really well aligned. And I absolutely love that group. I was going to say when you were chatting, you something came up about just when you're joining masterminds and things, when you are joining community, when you're in times where you get together with a small group often, that's where the most powerful connections come from. It's like not only is it It's referral-based marketing, and we do it a lot with kind of not necessarily cold, but lukewarm people, right? Like, let's have a conversation. But when you're in a small group mastermind, it's like on steroids, right? Like, they become your big rocks, they become your advocates, they become the people who are saying, hey, this person is going to succeed because I'm supporting them. And not that it's a requirement, but it's almost like it's our gift to do that. It's just like your husband or your kids or somebody else who's like rooting you on. You like you create an extended family, and those masterminds are so important. I know you're in one, I'm in one. We're always in a paid one. We usually are not in the same one because then we can make that, and then we host our own, and we create that
Yeah.
community inside of it, and we encourage those people to support each other. Not everybody has the same business, but they do have people that they're talking to regularly. And because of the nature of our work, everybody is doing partnership conversations. It
Hmm.
becomes like it's like you can't help but snowball it because everything is just happening consistently. You're getting referrals, you're saying, hey, she should meet this person, and then staying top of mind and all the different things that we train and we do ourselves consistently. Like, so I've just encouraged people, like, if you're not already in a mastermind and you feel like you're doing it all by yourself, that is not, that's not the way. If you feel like right now you're just going out there having one sales conversation at a time and you think that there's a better way, a partnerships is it, just so you know. So
Yeah.
uh, it's huge, and it just, I can't even, I had a conversation with somebody earlier today, and she was saying, people are out there just like, they don't even know about partnerships. They don't even know about creating relationships. I was like, it's crazy, absolutely crazy. And this lady is doing, $100 to $150,000 packages. Like, she's out there getting referrals coming in, and she's making millions of dollars of this because she is only using relationship-based marketing, and I absolutely love it. We had a great conversation, of course, but this happens to us all the time. And I hope that, through the conversation today, first, you just think about the people that you're introducing to other people. And then at the same time, thinking about how you can present yourself best when you are talking to people. Don't be shy to share what you need and who you're looking for.
Mhm.
If you are not stating that to somebody that you're on a call with, if you're having a connection call, and no offense, if you're only talking about your dog, like, it's not necessarily the best use of your time. We do chat about dogs around
Yeah.
here. So if you have a pup and you want to put the chat and you want to share a picture, Anne Marie will absolutely fawn over it. But the biggest thing is for you to share a little bit about who you're looking for, what kind of connections you need. Because when you do that, you give that power to somebody to say, "Oh, I know somebody." These are like golden words, right? Like, I know
Hmm.
somebody you should meet.
Yeah.
I know this person. Hey, you should know so and so. When that happens, like, it's like, yes, thank you, please open it up,
Hmm.
say yes.
Hmm.
Um, anyway, just get kind of excited about it.
Yeah, no, and you said, you said presence, right? You said
Yes.
like have that presence. And that is, I think, so important. And I know I understand, we live in a world of introverts, extroverts, and all of that beautiful stuff, but be confident in who you are, what you do, because that's really important. At the networking event I went this morning, I had so many people come up to me and they're like, you're so well versed, like, like we love listening to you. Like, it just, somebody said, what do you do? And then the girl beside me is like, let her tell you what she does because she's got it down to like a T. So it's interesting because, and obviously we do this as a living, so it's different, but take a little bit of time to prepare yourself, right? Like, what is it that you do? Who do you serve? What are you looking for? Exactly what you said, right? Who do you want to connect with, right? Because
Mhm.
that's important, because when you explain that and when you share that with people, that's where the light bulbs go off, right? And that's where it's like, in the conversation that I had with that amazing woman this week, it was like, as she was talking to me, it was like boom, 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 right? Because she was telling me everything that I needed to know about her business, what she does. And that just allowed me to you know think about, okay, who in my world, how can, and I always say that to people, who in my world can I connect you with, you know?
Mhm.
So I think that's really important. You also have to take a little bit of time. And when you have that, when you feel confident, then you have that presence, and then you're able to articulate exactly what you're looking for. And then that ripple effect will happen because you've shared exactly what you want and what you need.
Yeah. I'll say too, like, as we're finishing up here, one of the things is like networking calls in general are a great way to practice that. It's a very
Mm,
low lift. Yes, say what you want to say, practice it before you go. You know, obviously you want to be professional and you want to be confident, and it's a place for you to say aloud without a whole lot of pressure, right? You're not trying to make $100,000 sale. You're not trying to close 5 million people into your membership community, whatever the things are that you're trying to do to make money. But you take those opportunities to share with other people. And I've had people come to me and they're like, I just need to practice this out. Like we're in a networking community.
mhm.
They're like, I just created a new offer. And I'm like, great, just tell me about it. Or just tell me about you. Tell me about who you like to work with.
Yeah,
It's not as hard as being like, I work with da 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 da. It's more like, hey, I just love hanging out with people who are doing this and that and the other thing. And you're just like, okay, awesome. I know some people who have those people. So, anyway, I love this topic. I am so thankful that we had a chance to chat about it. If you have any other examples of what a ripple effect is inside of your business and some of those partnership conversations that have worked out really, really well with you, please put it in the comments. Message us, let us know if you have any other topics that you would like us to go over, say, because we are always open to sharing our experiences, sharing kind of behind the scenes of how we like to run things. And so thankful, Anne Marie, that you were here today.
thank you so much and have a good rest of your day.
All right, bye bye.